Hey, wanted to quick get this in. Yoga Yvonne. Let's talk about supporting your cycle, week 4, and how are we going to work the food on week 4 for Yoga Yvonne, right? So first of all, just like the rest of the month, we start with the basics. Make sure you're getting 125 grams of protein. Make sure you are getting some vegetables. This is going to keep your energy up. The protein's going to keep your energy up. It's going to keep your cravings at bay. And the veggies are going to help fill you up so that you're less likely to grab for the sugar, right? When we make sure we get our meals in, we're less likely to have cravings. Next, we layer into the progesterone cycle. That means we're having sesame seeds and sunflower seeds in the mornings. That means we are cooking our fruits and vegetables, roasting them, baking them, because our digestion is slow. So in order to really get the nutrients from the fruits and vegetables, we need to cook the fruits and vegetables. We are using more warming foods to support that warming part of the cycle. So spicier foods, beef, bacon, venison for your meats. And then cumin's cooling, turmeric, cinnamon, cloves, garlic, peppers for the heating effect of the spices. Now, what I want to focus on today, because we talked about those kind of things there with Laid Back Leona, right? Laid Back Leona and Yvonne there, they eat kind of similarly. Let's talk about the fasting day. So in each of week 3 and 4, Leona and Yvonne both have one fasting day because our body is preferentially wanting to burn fat. So we need to get all the carbs out of our system so that we can burn the fat. Now, fasting, it's not your stereotypical intermittent fasting, right? That really creates a lot of stress in the female body, really raises the cortisol. And as soon as you start raising the cortisol, you start storing fat, which is the opposite of what we're trying to do. So a female-supported fasting protocol. First off, plan it out, figure out what day it's going to work for you. You might want to look at your work schedule. You might want to look at what's going on in your life. Then, the day before you're going to fast, you need to preemptively preload on protein. So where normally you're getting 125 plus grams of protein, throw in a couple of protein shakes, a couple of bonus protein shakes. Have a couple of extra ounces of meat at supper time to make sure that your body has enough protein in the system to keep your energy high the entire fasting day. Now, on the fasting day, it's not a total fast. It's not 0 calories. It's 500 to 700 calories that day. But you want to make sure they're super easily digestible. And think about it as giving your digestion a break instead of like starving yourself, right? As soon as you say starving, you're going to be thinking about food all day. The key here is to make sure you keep enough food in your system that you don't get starving, that you don't get the cravings, right? So when I do a fasting day, I usually start with a protein shake mixed with water. So keep the calories down, but get some protein in. So there's about 120 calories right there. Then I buy a quart of broth, beef broth, chicken broth. I buy full fat because even a quart of that has got like 200 calories, 300 calories. If you want to make your broth from scratch, awesome. It's not that hard. I'm just too lazy. So I buy a quart of that. Now, the day before, what I also do is I like leeks, boiled leeks. So the day before, I will take 2 pounds of leeks and I will boil the white parts with the broth that I'm going to use. Keep the broth. You're going to use that. You just added a bunch of nutrients to it by boiling your leeks in it. You boiled your leeks so that they're easy to digest, and it satisfies my need to chew a little something. So I start my fasting day with a protein shake. I drink the broth. I drink all day long. Water. Oh, I'm feeling hungry. Drink some water. If you're still feeling hungry, make sure to get some broth. If you're feeling like you need to chew, because that's a real thing, eat some of those leeks. Keep sucking on the broth, eat some more leeks later in the day so you don't get hungry. And then toward the end of the day, I will have a protein shake, or if it's close to bedtime, drink some water, go to bed. Just go to bed. Sometimes that's what you got to do. The next morning, make sure you start your day right away with some protein. Okay? So, and remember, this is only one day. The benefits are not increased by doing 2 days in a row or 3 days in a row. One day each week of week 3 and week 4. So 2 days a month total, 1 per week. Super important, that part, okay? Now, if you want some help on, Denise, I don't know if I'm doing this quite right. I've got the offer out there here for 1 more day. If you want to write down what you're eating for 3 days in a row, no judgment, no changing, because I can't help you if you change things. Shoot me a message, and we'll set up a time. I'll go over your food and give you some feedback. So up through this Wednesday, I will be doing that, okay? So this Wednesday will be May 13th. So if you want me to look at your stuff, get tracking today, and I will look at your thing. Have a fantastic one. I will see you later today.